Finally! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today we have the first sneak peek for the update we all knew has been coming for months. Captain Marvel. This is the first MCU update that we've had since Ant-Man, so it's been a long time for us Marvel fans. It's been more than 6 months, and we finally got the first peek at what will probably be one of the best updates of this year, hopefully. So let's talk about it because there's quite a bit to get through. The first peek that we get is on Twitter, and we get this tweet that says a hero is reborn and their battles will be legendary. That's a capital L, legendary. So personally, I think that that is hinting at a legendary battle a la, Infinity War, Black Panther's movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and also Thor's Ragnarok. Every single MCU movie for the past year and 3 months, or I guess a year and a half at this point, has had a legendary battle attached to it. So with that being said, and with this hint, I think strongly mentioning that, it's a good idea for you to save some crystals up. Even if you're already got your 1,000 crystals ready for Captain Marvel's uniform, even if you want to save another 1,000 crystals for another character's uniform, you should also imagine or anticipate spending at least another 2,500 crystals minimum. I would say at least 2,500 crystals for a legendary battle for Captain Marvel. Possibly as well, just to let you guys know, legendary could also be hinting at her uniform, because this is an update that lines up very closely with the Black Panther update that we got at the beginning of February last year. And if you guys remember, the Marvel's Black Panther MCU movie did get its own legendary battle, yes, but it also got the infamous Black Panther Legendary Extreme Battle pack, which was the legendary uniform pack, where you purchased it to get his uniform at legendary rank. It was pre-ranked to legendary rather than being at normal rank, and you had to pay 5,500 crystals for it. Everybody hated that shit, so they lowered the price permanently to 3,300 crystals. So there's literally no one in the game who could possibly have a heroic, normal, rare, or advanced ranked uniform for this character. So it is possible, however unlikely, that they would repeat the mistake that they made before, but I do believe that Netmarble is a lot smarter than that. Maybe if they do have this kind of pre-ranked uniform for Captain Marvel, it will be at a better price point, or it will include better things than the Black Panther pack. I mean, it's not horrible, but it wasn't very well received at the onset, especially at 5,500, which it was originally. However, there's a lot more to get to, so let's dive in. So we've got the decoder. We've got this kind of device, looks kind of like a pager from the 80s or the 90s. Very similar to what you see at the end of Infinity War. This is a long coming spoiler for you guys that never stay past the credits, the end credits. But basically, you guys know Nick Fury gets out the coder when Maria turns to dust, and he punches in a code, and he calls for backup, and he basically calls on Captain Marvel, and we see the Captain Marvel logo at the end of the movie. In this one, we have something different, although it's kind of paying homage to that. This one is saying sending, and then it says message sent, and then it says response received, insert code to decrypt response. So you have to insert a code, and it's a bit unclear on Twitter what it is. So that's why you always have to hit up other sources. You have to hit up, well, this video, of course, but you also have to hit up Mobarum. If we go over to Mobarum, we have the following teaser. Greetings, agent. CM Fragment reporting in with a sneak peek. We stumbled across what seems to be a broken pager. It beeps and repeats a message. I was able to decrypt the message, and I was surprised at what I discovered. And what he discovered is what we just watched. Now, another tip I will give you guys, or another kind of pointer, is that there are 4 photos in this image, and it's easiest to see here, or if you just pause the video right at the beginning. But this image should be recognizable to you guys. This is the Gwenpool bicycle image from when she was introduced at San Diego Comic-Con. Additionally, I believe that this image right here is War Machine, and both of these images are ArtStation photos by E.G. Hyung, who is the principal artist for Marvel Future Fighter. And he does the wonderful splash pages that we love, all of those loading screen banners, and you should absolutely check out his ArtStation webpage to get more of that. I have a link in the description as well, and maybe you can decode what these other 2 videos or what these other 2 images are at the bottom left-hand corner and then the bottom right over here. All this space stuff probably indicates Captain Marvel. It may also indicate Spectrum, which is really nice, Maria Rambeau. So we will talk about that. Or sorry, Monica Rambeau. So we will talk about that. But then you scroll down a little bit more, and here's where it gets interesting. It's the first time, I think it's the first time, we've had a puzzle sneak peek. Because this is not actually the sneak peek, guys. Boring. Break the mystery of the image and add what you think is the correct answer on this URL. So they give you a real-life URL, and this is a little bit harder to do on mobile, so I suggest doing it on PC. But they basically give you the URL, and they tell you that you want to replace the code with a different code, with a different kind of letter or number combination. And just to give you guys a hint, you don't include the brackets. So you delete everything after the underscore, those 6 characters, bracket, CODE bracket, and then you would punch in what your answer is. So if you think it's Future Fight, it would look like this. If you think it's Cynicalex, it would look like that. If you think it's CEO, if you think it's RNG, if you think it's whatever, CTP, 336, blah, blah, blah. Now, for those of you that want to guess on your own, you probably want to pause the video at this point because I'm going to show you the original website, as you can see, is not going to work. But if you take away the code, and I'm going to show you guys right now, if you take away the code and you type in Captain Marvel with no spaces and with the capital M and the capital C, you will hit enter and you will get, see, this always happens. This happened to me before, so I'm going to try this again. Captain Marvel. Okay, it's not working. Hang on a second. I got to get this right. Okay, so I worked through all the bugs. Basically, what you have to do is you have to highlight the link that they give you here, all of this text from HTTP down to Future Fight, and you paste it in, you delete the word Future Fight, and you replace it with the word Captain Marvel, and then when you hit enter, you will see the following video play. And the video is only 5 seconds long, and you can loop it if you want, but it's basically just an animated token. And so, of course, this is the Captain Marvel kind of graphic and artwork and kind of symbol, and then in the middle we have the token. Now this token was actually data mined, I believe, on Reddit by people who can go through the game files and they know how to do that a few months ago. So we've known for a while that we were getting a Captain Marvel token event, but I don't think it would take a genius, it wouldn't take a Netmarble employee to guess that for a major MCU movie update in Marvel Future Fight, we are going to get tokens. We got tokens for the Black Panther update. We got Ant-Man tokens for the Ant-Man update. We had Deadpool tokens. We had Infinity War tokens. Of course, we had Infinity Warps tokens that looked like Requiem. Of course, we're going to be getting tokens for Captain Marvel. So that's excellent. But what else can we expect? I mean, of course, I've already told you guys, and most of you have already probably started building your Captain Marvel at some point. For those of you that are brand new to the game, do not build up Captain Marvel because you will be getting a free 6-star Captain Marvel from her legendary battle, unless there is no legendary battle, which would be a huge surprise and kind of a shock to me. Save up crystals for her uniform, save up crystals for her legendary battle, but then there's more to it. Now, some of the obvious things would be, of course, a uniform for Ronin. So, of course, you want to skip this Annihilation uniform. I don't think anyone's purchasing it now anyways because it's very useless. It doesn't have very much use to it. But beyond that, of course, beyond Ronin, beyond Captain Marvel, we have Coulson. He could get a young Coulson uniform, which would be great, and it would possibly make him a useful character on his own. He's a great support character, but he's literally unusable one-on-one. If you use him in Shadowland by himself, he's garbage. He can't clear any world bosses by himself, which is sad because all the other support characters are at least good enough to do, low-level content by themselves. Additionally, we could see Nick Fury. We have a lot of Nick Fury showing up in the White Fox epic or heroic quest. He talks to her. We have the character model for him. So it's absolutely a possibility that we get kind of the classic Nick Fury look where he has the shield uniform, and then we get the movie look where he's got kind of a suit on. That would be fantastic. Or we could just get the regular Nick Fury. It doesn't really matter. I don't care. We just want Nick Fury really bad. We could also get Yagg-Ron. We could get some of the other characters that make up the team that Captain Marvel is on at the beginning when she's with the Kree. We could also see Maria Rambeau's daughter, Monica Rambeau, introduced as Spectrum or Photon or Pulsar. She has so many different names because she has been a big part of the Captain Marvel, and she was originally called Captain Marvel series. And just to throw another wrench into your toolbox, We could also be getting level 70 and possibly uniforms or some sort of upgrade for the ultimates. I think this would be the best time to give the ultimates some sort of upgrade. They are semi-premium characters, and they are characters that Netmarble appears to want to sell us because they sell for money. They sell, you know, the lower end packs for about $10 US, and then the higher end packs for about $40 or $45 US. And then of course we know the only other way to get the ultimates is through the processor, because we had that whole, you know, fiasco. And so giving them an upgrade and keeping them relevant in the meta, whereas they've all been replaced by now. I mean, Blue Marvel is not the best PvP character by a long shot. Nova is not the best universal hero for ABX. Thor is. And then Ant-Man is not the best universal villain anymore. We have Victorious and Doctor Doom to take over for them. So it would be the prime time for those three characters to get a bump. And because they also tie into the Ultimates, and of course they tie in a huge way to Captain Marvel with the Chapter 13 add-on that we got to the story last year when we got the Ultimates. So there's really a lot of incentive for you if you've just started, or if you're just finishing, to focus on the Ultimates, or at least to anticipate something coming for them and to prepare properly. For example, using up or not using up uniform tickets or mega uniform tickets, because I guarantee you using them on the Ultimates is a way better use of your resources than using them on Captain Marvel. It's going to be a headache and a half to get bios for those three characters, and I remember how bad it was for me with Blue Marvel. And so, you know, my excess is only about 300 for each of them through naturally tier 2ing Blue Marvel, and so I would be way off. I mean, the minimum number of bios it would take is 600, I believe, 650 or 630 to get their uniforms to Mythic if they are regular 750 uniforms. If they are the kind of second tier 1050 crystal uniforms that we have most of the time now for new characters, you're looking at over 900 bios for these three characters to get them to Mythic. So they're definitely going to be, if they get uniforms, prime targets for Mythic or Mega Mythic uniform upgrade tickets. And remember as well, you get one from the Epic Quest, so you may also want to start farming for that. It's in the Deadpool Epic Quest collection. I'm trying to get mine still, because this will also come in super handy for the Captain Marvel update. So with all that being said, with this crazy cool puzzle sneak peek, I really enjoyed going through it on the live stream with you guys, and actually someone just told me to do it because I didn't figure it out myself. Yeah, I want to hear what you guys have to say, so let me know what you think down below in the comments of Captain Marvel's first sneak peek. If you're curious about the timeline for the update, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I do want to say that I think personally it'll be either the 19th of February or the 26th of February. It's unlikely to stretch all the way into March because it's just way too long. Having 2 weeks worth, or basically 3 weeks worth of sneak peeks is just boring. And also, it doesn't need to be at the same time as the movie. We had the Black Panther update 1 week before the movie, so there's no reason that they can't make this one 1 week or even 2 weeks before the movie. And usually we get sneak peeks a week before an update. Very rarely do we have to wait 2 full weeks of sneak peeks to get a new update. So let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments down below. Subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Hit me up on Twitch for more. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.